We're on our way to Porlock Weir for breakfast in a cafe. There's a lovely big public car park here and we're about to go and park in it. It's a car park with a view, I'd say. My other half's just gone to pay for the parking. We have had a really lovely stay here. This is actually our last day. I'd like to say a big thank you to the best of Exmoor, who have holiday rentals here, and they've been putting us up for free in order to support these videos coming out of some lovely things to do in Exmoor. So today we're doing two things, and I'm going to make two videos out of that. So number one, we are here visiting Porlock Weir. We're going to have a lovely bit of breakfast, have a quick look around. We might go in the museum, hopefully, if we have time, hopefully. And then later, and it will be in the last video in this series, we're going to go to Cleve Abbey, which I'm very excited about. So if you're interested in coming down to visit this beautiful part of the world, do feel free to check out the link below in the description to the best of Exmoor's rental properties and have a look, see what you think. But right now we're heading in the direction of the cafe for some breakfasts. And we're hungry. I'm looking forward to it. We're just passing by the hotel there. There's Exmoor Glass, there's the Boat Shed Museum. Hopefully we get to look in there. Looks like it's open, doesn't it? Harbour Stores. I haven't looked in there yet, actually. And here's the cafe. Oh, yum.
I was going to say, you don't want to break the camera coming past me.
I'm sure it wouldn't have. I'm very tempted by the poached egg and avocado. Sounds nice. Somebody's left their walking poles here. Do you want them? Here you go.
And then not mile down the road and come back for them.
Yeah. Well, there's the loo around the back there. So we're going to come and sit. This is massive, this table for two people. My cappuccino has come. I've asked for it with oat milk. I was in here yesterday, actually, had it with soya. So they do both. We're sitting here waiting for our breakfast to arrive, and we keep seeing people walking past with walking canes, you know, for the mountain walk. I filmed a video yesterday in which we did the walk here, the circular walk to Colbone Church, and it was brilliant, wasn't it? We really enjoyed it. So if you're interested in seeing what that's like and all the pivotal navigation points and how we found it, do feel free to click on that. I'll leave it in the description. The breakfast is here. That's my veggie breakfast. Oh, can I film your meaty one?
All right.
There's the meaty one. This is a lentil burger, in case you're wondering, and it's very, very tasty. I should mention I asked for no baked beans, so maybe baked beans would have come with it. We've come out now. This is the view right outside the cafe, by the way. Look, you see the boats. The water was right up yesterday. We were wondering whether the water did come up that high, because they just look so neat and tidy, don't they, those boats all in a row? But they do, they're obviously very well tethered. My meat munching other half, who's with me, who you can't see because he's invisible, well, he's not, he's just not on camera. He said the sausages were really good. He said you don't always get good sausages in cafes, but you really did in that one. It's a bit breezy, isn't it, today? Quite a cool wind. There's a little lock here, a bridge to go over. Look at those great big gates there. And right opposite, a little row of cottages. Look, the one on the end is thatched. We've seen loads of thatched houses, actually. You can get on the beach if you go this way, look. You could miss it if you didn't see that little sign. Public footpath to beach. Look, it's very short. And there's the beach. And there's what I presume to be a pillbox there. You can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I'm just wondering if it's from the war. But it does remind me of a koala, I've got to say. And it even looks like it's got ears. It's obviously slumped, you know, over the decades, because we've seen some other ones that are upright still, a little further along. Gosh, there's a ship over there, almost on the horizon, and it's really well lit in the sun. Somebody's been balancing piles of rocks, look. Ascending in order of size, look, getting gradually smaller towards the top. That's very beautiful. On our first evening here, I didn't have the camera out because I was a bit tired after a long travel day, but we did walk along actually, which was absolutely lovely. Here's that slumped thing, look. I wonder if people climb up it and have a sit at the top. Have a little peep inside. Oh, yeah, there's all rocks in there. I don't know why I'm surprised. Anyway, let's head back in and see if we can have a look at that boat museum. Some signage here. It says Porlock Weir has been a small port for hundreds of years, the inhabitants being mainly fishing families. Many of the men built their own boats, usually about 20 foot in length. And we've got some lovely old photos to look at here. 1913, the arrival of the mistletoe. I presume it means the ship is called the Mistletoe, not a great big shipment of mistletoe. Look, 1913. I love the old photos. I absolutely love it. Look at those guys up there. The old clothing, the collars that they had in those days on the boys. 1913, sluicing the harbour channel with the new harbour gates. Wow, they're not new now, are they? One more as well, a high tide departure for the Mistletoe. We're going to head back in a bit now and visit the boat museum. Aren't we, my beloved? He's waiting patiently for me. Look how breezy it is. Look at all those flags are flapping, the British bunting there. Here's the stores. Look, you can get postcards here, 50p, and little bits and bobs, some souvenirs and things. And there's a big ice cream thingy in there as well. Oh, yummy. Oh yes, they sell ice creams. Look, yum. Not quite the weather for it today, but you know, there's no weather too cold for children to have ice creams in my experience. So here we've got Exmoor glass. It does say it's open. And here's the boat shed museum, so let's go in. It's free to get in, apparently. Look, it says so. I love the smell in here. Do you like the smell? It's really old and museum-y, like really oldie things-ish sort of smell. That's not a very good description. How would you describe the smell in here? It's wooden. Maybe some oil, like lubricating oil for engine-y parts.
Kind of church-esque as well.
Bit churchy, maybe. It is pretty small. We won't be in here for very long. There are all manner of bits and bobs hanging down from the ceiling. Oh, I love looking at the old pots and containers. Fish kettle. Look at those, they must be old boys, because they're made of cork, the floaty things, they must be really old. What do you think?
I don't think there's so much buoys as fenders.
What's a fender?
Well, it stops the boat bashing into the harbour wall and into other boats.
Oh, do you think that's what it is then?
Well, it looks too small for a buoy, so...
Well, yeah, it would be a floaty
It
thing.
might be a float for a net, but I
Oh, yeah,
I don't
maybe.
know. I'm thinking fender.
It's all old tools in that one. Loads of old archive pictures to come and have a look at. Feast of old bottles, all sorted by colour, look. Does anybody remember doing Airfix models? I actually don't, but my other half does. There's old first aid stuff there, cotton wool, dressings. That was cool, very small but very sweet and interesting. We're going to go for a quick walk around because my boyfriend is still in there and he's engrossed reading a book on the table. So, let's go. There's another little cafe here, the Harbour Studios Cafe, is it? The Harbour Gallery and Cafe. Oh, there's a little gallery, is there? I'll have to tell my other half because he loves looking at artworks. Welcome to Paintings Plus. Feel free to browse more artwork. Oh, I see. Nice. Oh, that's where we got on that walk yesterday in yesterday's video. Oh, there's an old car there, look. Lovely. A Morris Minor. You can see that row of cottages from here. Look, we're over the other side now. Oh, that's an interesting looking building. I'm going to head back to the main drag. There's a lovely big picnicking area here, look. Overlooking the entrance here, look. They're all just sort of beached at the moment, is that what you call that, or grounded? Nice little picnic area though, anyway. Oh, we can't go down. Well, probably could, but I won't. I won't cross the line. It's very quiet here at the moment. It's not as nice weather today as it has been. Outside the Porlock Weir Hotel here, there's this litter picking thingy, so you can help yourself to borrow these. Go around collecting litter up, and they've got bags, so you help yourself. And I've actually seen some families here using that as a bit of an activity, mothers with children. And here we've got the Ship Inn, which is a very old building indeed. I can't remember exactly how old, but I'll put it on screen. I did have a chat to the bar made about it on our first night here. We've been in on 3 evenings actually, just had one single drink after our long days exploring. Yeah, very pleasant indeed. There's a photo inside from a spring tide actually, and the water had come up so high this area here was submerged. Probably not very deep, but it looked quite dramatic anyway. Just along from the ship we've got this oyster place. They're caught fresh and you can go and you can eat in or take away. On the first night we came out of here, it was dark, and I walked past this thing and I thought it was somebody lurking about to jump out, frighten the living daylights out of me. Now apparently we have Weir Fest. It's not until June and July, so 29th of June to the 2nd of July. They have live music, they have loads of bands, they have a stage set up here, and people flock here in their droves, and they put on a minibus to Porlock as well, which is a couple of quid, I don't know, not sure of the exact price, but not too expensive, they were saying. Apparently you get thousands of people coming. And just as we're heading out, I just want to show you these buildings because they're quite distinctive looking, I think. Look, the thatch, but they're kind of a rounded shape. Yeah, really different. I've really enjoyed my stay here these last few days. We've seen some quite different sorts of houses, buildings, and everybody that we've spoken to has been really friendly. We've had some great chats with locals, and long chats as well, like proper full-on long conversations about things. They've been very keen to share their information on the area, that sort of thing. They've made us feel extremely welcome. And when we came for our little evening stroll that I didn't film on the first night, we went onto the beach through here actually. This little exit here. The beach here is rocky, no sand that I've seen so far anyway. Beautiful, beautiful, like wildflowers and stuff, and those poppies are absolutely massive. There's one more thing I want to show you. And I'm going to hurry down because my boyfriend doesn't know what I am. He's still reading the folders in the boat shed museum, I think. Just going to pop down to the end here. This is what we did on our first night. We walked down to the end and down the flight of steps, and then there was a lovely big display board with some information on it, so I'm just going to pop down there and talk about what's on there. Another interesting looking house there, isn't it? Nearly there, nearly there. Look, I have walked from those buildings there. That's where I've come from just now. Didn't take long. I've come to the top of the steps. So we're a quarter of a mile from Porlock Weir here. Oh, path liable to floods during very high tides. I have seen actually on the board down there, it says you've got to be tide aware if you come walking. It can rise pretty quick. So anyway, it says here public footpath, coast path, Bossington, 2 3/4 miles via the marsh. So you've got to climb over a thing to get onto it. Then we go down these steps here, and then these. Watch you don't fall off the edge. Bit of a drop there. And here we have, yeah, a bit of a map, look, and some walks marked on it, so you can come down here and check out the routes. What have we got? We've got a 2-mile walk, we've got a 4-mile walk and a 4.5-mile walk there, and they're all colour coded on the map, so you can have a good old look at that. Now it talks a bit about the past, so you can come down and read that. I won't go on about loads of facts and figures in this video, but you can pause and read if you would like to. Something about the extreme tides there. Oh my goodness me. Now this is what it has to say about the tides. Be aware tides rise fast by as much as several centimetres per minute during the biggest tides, and paths and boardwalks will flood. Check tides before setting off. Tide timetables are available at local information centres, online, or can be purchased from local shops. For your own safety, please keep to the paths. So there we are. Right, I better go back up now, up there from where I just came, and go find my boyfriend. And then we're going to head off to Cleve Abbey, which I'm going to put in my final video from this series of things to do in Exmoor. Thank you again to the Best of Exmoor for putting us up in order to support the making of these videos. So thank you again to them. If you do want to check out their accommodation, there's a link below so you can have a little look and see. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Could you please give it a like if you happen to like it? It really helps the channel to grow. If you'd like to watch more videos from me, do feel free to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!